Hello everyone, photographer Andredesignz here with a new retouch video, and today I'll be editing your images. Alright, so we're going to do this image now. So I'm going to Control E, bring it over to Photoshop, and then we're going to make some edits to it. Alright, good. So, normally I would brighten the image first before I start making the adjustments, but I am not going to. I'm just going to go to the frequency separation action here. And then I'm going to go down to the low frequency layer, press M on the keyboard for the mixer brush. You can go over to the brush section for your mixer brush. And I'm just going to paint or brush. I think I can see all the imperfections better when it's dark. Just going to take a little while here. Just take my time and just make the adjustments. So what I'm doing, I'm blending the skin right now. Just blending it. Just gonna do the nose bridge, side of the face. I'm still using the same principle where I brush the dark areas or the shaded areas separate from the highlighted areas. Face looks good so far. Alright, that looks good. Let me go down to the model's neck, do the same thing. So I'm going vertical and horizontal as well, just to blend it out perfectly. Alright, that looks good. I'm going to the hand. Alright, that looks good. So I'm going to go to camera raw now. And then I'm going to create a new layer first. So Control Alt Shift E, Control J to create a duplicate. Then Control Shift A for camera raw. Alright, so I'm going to brighten up the image a little bit. Let me click on auto and see what it looks like. Auto looks good. That fixes everything. Alright, so I'm going to click OK. Let's look at it before and after for everything. So before, let's do it by step. So that's the before. Let me just zoom it up a little bit more. So that's the before, the frequency separation. That's after the frequency separation. And then this is the camera raw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new frequency separation again to clean up the face. So I'm going to click done, click on the background layer, click on the frequency separation action again. Okay, click on the frequency separation layers, then Control Shift right bracket to bring it to the top. And then I'm going to go to the high frequency layer, press S on the keyboard for the clone stamp, ensure that the brush is small, and I'm going to put my clone stamp at 100% for the flow. And I'm just going to get rid of the pimples. We have a lot of fine bumps right here. I'm not going to remove all of them, just a few, the big ones. I'll come down here and move this one as well. Alright, Let me go down to the low frequency layer and remove this one again. That looks good. High frequency layer again. Alright. Alright. If I should sit here and move everything, this video would be an hour. Alright, so I'm just removing the bigger ones basically. Alright, right here I think I got to go to the low frequency layer. Let me undo that. Normally for these big ones I normally like not use a frequency separation to do it. I'll just use the patch tool. Alright. Okay, so I'm almost done. I'm not going to remove every single one, just the most obvious ones. Because I want the images to look as natural as possible. I think that looks good. Let me just zoom out. Alright, that looks good. So I'm going to create a new layer again. So it's Control Shift E. Oh, that's merge. So Control Alt Shift E to create a new layer. And then I'm going to get my patch tool and just move that. Alright, so I'm going to create another frequency separation layer. So I'm going to go down to the background and then click frequency separation. For the radius, it's going to still be at 6. So I'm going to click on the layer group, then Control Shift right bracket to bring it to the top. And then I'm going to go to the low frequency layer and then get the mixer brush by pressing M. That's my shortcut. And just blend out right here a little bit. Alright, that looks good. Just gonna do some more blending here. Alright, I don't think I need to do anything else with that section, but I need to clean right here. So I'm going to zoom up the image a little bit more, and then I'm gonna press J on the keyboard for the patch tool, and then I'm just gonna patch this area. I'm actually on the low frequency layer, so I'm gonna go to the high one as well, while still having the section I'd like to remove selected. And then I'm just going to move that. So what I understand, or what I notice, is that when you are removing anything using the patch tool and you're using the frequency separation layer, it's best to, sometimes you can do the low frequency layer and the high frequency layer and you get a better result rather than just using the high frequency layer. Alright, so I'm just removing some more of these, more of these fine little pimples using the patch tool. Alright, that looks okay. Right here is a lot of work. I'm gonna try something. Let me see if I can select everything. So I'm gonna select everything right here. and just drag it up here. That looks good. I'm just going to come down to the low frequency layer and press the M for the mixer brush and just mix the area. Then I'm going to go back up to the high frequency layer, press S on the keyboard for the clone stamp tool, and just do some cloning at the edge of the selection. So let me zoom out and see what it looks like. We need to fix it up a little bit more, so I'm gonna get my brush bigger and still do some cloning. Alright, I think that looks better. Go back down to the low frequency layer again and get my mixer brush and try to just blend it out. Alright, that looks good. So I don't think there's anything else I need to do with this image. Let me just do some mixing right here as well. I'm just trying to get everything on one level basically. That looks good. So my next step now is to apply some dodge to some areas. So I'm going to press B on the keyboard and then put my opacity or the flow to 1%, and then I'm going to come right here and just mix it in. Oh, I need to change my brush to the soft rounded brush. I'm just going to paint right here, just getting some highlights in some of these areas. Just going to get some more on the nose, just a little bit more. Under the eye, just going to get some right here. Gonna get some on this one as well. Alright, that looks good. I'm gonna get some right here and right here. Alright, so I noticed that we have some shadow right here. What I'm going to do now is to go down to this color correction layer right here. Then I'm just going to sample right here, right below the dark area. And with my brush at 1%, I'm just going to paint. Alright, so this did not do a good job. Not sure why. Alright, so I'm just going to create a new layer at the top here and do the same thing. We're just going to sample right here and paint. Alright, it seems as if that because I've made some adjustments, that does not work for some reason. I don't know. But I guess because I did this, why I had that issue. Maybe if I did not apply any dodge yet and I used the color correction, it would actually work. Alright, so it's no longer dark. Let's look at it before and after. So the next step now is to blend it out a little bit more. So what I'm going to create a new layer. Control Alt Shift E. Then I'm going to press J on the keyboard for the patch tool. I'm just going to patch it. Just pull it down a little bit. Actually, no. So I'm going to undo that. Yeah. So I'm going to create a frequency separation. I'm still going to create a new layer. And I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to merge everything because guess what? I am comfortable with what I've done so far. So I'm just going to merge everything. You know what? I'm going to merge everything except for this. This. So I'm going to click on Dodge, come down, hold on Shift, and then release, then Control E. And I'm going to keep this one. So I'm going to create a new frequency separation layer. Then I'm going to go down to the low frequency layer again, and then get my patch tool again and just do this and pull it down. Then I'm going to go up to the, oh, I shouldn't have deselect. So I'm going to go to the high, do the same thing. So that looks okay-ish. Alright, so I don't like that. So I'm gonna go back to here. Just gonna delete the entire thing. And then I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna create a new layer again. Then I'm gonna press S on the keyboard for the clone stamp. I'm just gonna use a clone stamp and just do that. So the clone stamp did a better job. Good. So as I said before, guys, that is exactly how it is for me at times. I try so many things to see which one worked for me, and then I end up with the finished product basically. So before and after, before and after. I think we could just clean up right here a little bit more. Maybe sample right here and then come right here. Good. So I am done with that. So now I'm going to do some burning, because I just did dodge. Be on the keyboard for the brush. Still at 1% for the flow. I'm just going to dodge some of these areas that has shadows. Yeah, I'm done. I am done. So that is the image so far. So I am going to save it, but before I save it, I'm going to add some blue to it. Blue looks good. That's the blue in the shadows. Just gonna merge everything and save. Good. So I'm gonna go over to Lightroom and look at the before and after. So that's the before, that's the after. That's the before, that's the after. Good. So I'm going to go onto this image now. So Control E. Now it's loaded inside Photoshop, and this image I'm definitely going to crop it because of right up here. So I'm just going to create a duplicate. And then I'm going to click the crop tool. That's C on the keyboard for the crop tool. And then I'm just going to bring it down like right here and crop. Good. So this image is going to be pretty quick because I don't really have much to do. So I am going to first work on the background. So I created a new layer. I'm just going to get my patch tool by clicking while holding J on the keyboard. Well, press J on the keyboard. And then I'm just going to patch the lines out of the background. This is a nice background actually. You can see that it's cloth. Just zoom this in so I can get more, so I can easily make the edits. She has really nice skin. I like what the makeup artist did. Alright, that looks good. Alright, good. So I'm done with making adjustments to the, well, cleaning up the background. Let's see right there as well. Good. And now I am going to do frequency separation as usual. Gonna scroll up, and then I'm just gonna blend the skin. Go to the low frequency layer, M on the keyboard for my mixer brush. Alright, looks good. Makeup artist did a great job. I would not take a very long time editing images from this session, trust me, because she has great skin and the makeup is awesome. Have to be careful right here. I've got a before and after for that so far. So before, after. Let's come down to the shoulder, do the same thing, just mix. Beautiful. Alright, so next thing now is to remove any pimples. So I'm going to go up to the top where it says hi, and then S on the keyboard for the clone stamp tool, because that's what I like to use. Get it very small, make a selection of the area that I would like to sample from. I need to put this at 100%, both opacity and flow, and I'm just going to brush the areas I'd like to get rid of. Alright, that looks good. Yeah, that is it. There's nothing else for me to remove. Oh, I think I see one little thing right here. Alright, that's it. Good. So what I'm going to do right now is to do some dodge and burning. So I'm going to start with the burning. I'm going to press B on the keyboard again, still at 1%. I'm just going to burn right here a little bit, right here as well, right here, and right here, before and after, right here and here. Nothing else to do. I'm going to go to the dodge now and do the chin. Alright, do the forehead, shoulder, then I'm going to work on the eyes, clean teeth and eyes. I'm going to bring this to 45%. That's done. I'm going to brighten the eyes a little bit, so I'm going to go to curves, bring up the curves, click on the curves layer, Control I to invert, scroll up, and then I'm going to paint the areas I'd like to have highlighted. So that looks good. Let's look at it before and after for everything. Before, after, before, after. I'm gonna add blue in the shadows, and that's it for the image. There is nothing else I need to do. Let me just do a before and after for this. Create a copy. Go to arrange, vertical, then before and after. Beautiful image, beautiful image. So I'm going to save the image now. Which one is the original image? This one is the copy, So let me just delete that one. I'm gonna merge everything. Control S to save. Go over to Lightroom, and it's now saved. Perfect. So this is my other image. So let's go to this image. Control E.